I hope you're going to be okay. It is the holidays. And, you know, during the holidays, I hope you guys are having a great one. Usually I'm pretty disciplined when it comes to watching what I eat. But during the holidays, those mechanisms inside me that put the brakes on when it comes to food, they kind of get disabled. And so what have I eaten? I've had pesto pizza. I've had triple cheese pizza. I've had dark chocolate with almonds. I have guava, cheese, apple turnovers, key lime pie. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit in my watches. This watch I'm wearing right here is a monochrome Seiko SBDC125. I got it a couple weeks ago. I was on the fence when I got it. The more I wear it, the more I like it. It's become #1 in my rotation. Talk to me in about 6 months, you know, when the honeymoon's over. But honestly, I didn't even have a honeymoon with this watch. I wasn't sure what I thought of it, but I really like to wear it. So I like monochrome. That seems to be my jam, my cup of tea. And so here on Christmas Day, as I've been just totally irresponsible in my eating, and probably have another good week of this indulgence. So I don't know if I'll be cheating every day, but I know New Year's Eve we're going to have some insane thing going on. So it's going to be a while. I started thinking of watch collecting and eating. You know, when you think of dieters, 99% of all dieters fail. 99% of all dieters, they lose weight for the first 6, 8, 10 months, year. It's fun. It's fun to lose weight. You're on a quest. You feel special. You're taking care of yourself. You feel like a professional athlete. You love the routine. You love the discipline. Your self-confidence is up. You got a lot of good mojo. You got a lot of good energy. And then you hit a plateau. You got a few holiday situations. And then you start getting a taste. And then you gain your weight back. And it's called yo-yo dieting. And it's not good for you. And watch collecting is very simple, very similar to dieting. I mean, in both cases, you're dealing with appetites, you're dealing with addiction, you're dealing with ways we medicate ourselves with food or with consumerism or watches. And I know a lot of you tell me, McMahon, I got too many watches, I don't have time to wear them. All I do is think about watches. I'm having a nervous breakdown, McMahon. It wasn't supposed to be like this. And I say to people like this, #1, I feel you. Man, I've been there, and I get like that, you know. Watches get the best of me. For some reason, this little shiny thing you put on your wrist, it tells you the time. It really captures my imagination. And I know a lot of you guys are like that too. The second thing I tell you is I want you to be happy. You know, I want to, and I want to tell you the truth, and I want to, you know, I want to share the stories I get from what I call the old watch warriors. I mean, I don't even know if I'm a watch warrior. I got into the disease in 2005. It's 2020 now. But I mean, there are some warriors, man, who've I mean, Bruce Williams, he's younger than I am, but he's a true warrior because he's got the full spectrum of watches. He's had $200, $500 Seikos. He's had watches, you know, Rolex, you know, watches that cost over $10,000. So he's, in some ways, in terms of sheer experience, he's a true warrior. And the warriors have told me stuff that I want to talk about today as I make an analogy between yo-yo dieting and watch collecting. And so there's all this despair out there in the watch community about, you know, I don't know what to do, man. All I do is think about watches. I got too many watches to even wear. I'm having a nervous breakdown. And there are a couple of narratives out there that can give you hope. I want to share those narratives with you. And if you watch my YouTube channel, I'm sure you've heard these narratives before. I'm not even sure they work for everyone. I don't believe in a one-size-fits-all situation, but I do want to make you happy, and I want to share you the narrative. One of the narratives that's out there is is to downsize, 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 downsize. Just like a personal trainer would tell you, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. And so the old watch warrior will tell you, get rid of your low tier watches, your mid tier, consolidate, minimize, downsize, get a few beautiful pieces. And one narrative is, get rid of all of your Seikos and maybe just get a grand Seiko or just a super high-end Seiko that costs $3,000 and up. Obviously, the entry level would be the MM300. And some of you have really successful stories to tell you that. The other narrative is just get away from Seiko altogether, go to the Swiss watch. You'll find a level of detail and refinement and perfection that will change your watch collecting life. And I've had some people tell me that narrative, that downsizing's helped them. However, I want to let you guys know the truth. A lot of you old watch warriors have told me that you've gone down that road, man. You've purchased watches that are $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. And you told me something interesting that I should share with the viewers of this. What you tell me is, yes, there's that initial wow factor and honeymoon factor, and also there's another factor. You spent so much money on this watch that you have to justify your downsizing. I mean, you say to yourself, look, man, I just spent $10,000 on watch X. I better be happy with it. I better not be buying $800 watches that come out of the pike. No way. So there is that resolution based on the honeymoon and the wow factor and the amount of money you just spent. But what some of the watch warriors are telling me is that, you know what, man, watches are like food. I start getting an appetite for watches. And I think a lot of us, watches are like potato chips. We just consume them. On a personal level, on a personal note, I like barbecue. If I'm going to binge out on potato chips, which I might do once or twice a year, I think barbecue would be my flavor. And I think you could have a really beautiful, minimal collection, but I think you're going to want some barbecue potato chips eventually. It's just tasty, I love this watch, by the way, and I could see myself wearing it all the time, but that doesn't stop me from looking at this. There's a line of Citizen Atessa watches made out of titanium, and they're satellite and they're radio controlled, and there's a new batch out, and there's the Citizen Suno Racer bullheads. These watches cost between $600 and $1,200 up to $2,000. And what's weird is they're like eating barbecue potato chips, because I'm looking at them, I'm going, wow, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one. There's a potato chip, there's a potato chip. And and then I just say to myself, dude, get off the internet, read a book, brother, play the piano, man. And it's just so fascinating to me that we are kind of like trying to trim down in the watch world the way a person's trying to trim down in the dieting world. Which reminds me, Bruce Williams has a Christmas video today, and I want to give him congratulations for the success of his channel. He has really good content, and I think he succeeds in making you feel like you're in his home, just chilling with Bruce. I'm glad his channel's not called Chillin' with Bruce, because that would be lame. But it does feel like you're just chilling with him, and I like the fact that he's not overselling stuff. And he's lost weight. I think he's lost 45 pounds. I think his watch collection is like 4 watches. Good for Bruce, man. And his model, his business model is that he's reviewing watches. I don't even think he has to keep them. So he can keep, he can just keep his 4 watches and continue looking at all those delicious barbecue potato chips. I'm not in that position to do that. But I honestly, I want you guys to be happy. If the downsizing narrative works for you, I'm rooting for you. But if you're like some of these warriors who tell me, man, I did what I was supposed to do. I listened to the advice. I'm really happy with this new acquisition, but man, I do like those barbecue potato chips, man. So if you've experienced this narrative and it's been successful or it hasn't been, let me know, man. I'm fascinated by this question. I think it's a pretty common question in the watch community. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have a great holiday, man. I'm going to do my best to have one too. And until next time, I am out.